Yo, I go by the name of the Loose Cannon, and this is your Sports Vicious. Today's episode, none other than UFC 202, Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, the rematch. A lot of people out there say the greatest rematch in UFC history, which is straight bullshit, because all the real fight fans know Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva 2 is without a doubt the greatest rematch that we all needed to see. Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm will be a bigger spectacle financially than what UFC 202 will be taking place this Saturday. I'm about to break down why this fucking rematch should not even be taking place. Let's get into it. 5.5 months ago, March 5th, UFC 196, scheduled main event. Featherweight champion Conor McGregor moving up a weight class to take on the monster, the destroyer, the lightweight champion in Rafael Dos Anjos. Dos Anjos, a man who beat the shit out of Nate Diaz when the two of them met. So Conor has his whole healthy training camp, prepares for RDA. What happens 11 days before the fight? Dos Anjos gets hurt, gets pulled from the card. UFC needs a last-minute replacement. Why not Nate Diaz, right? Why not Diaz? Now, this didn't just happen out of nowhere, people. Diaz winded up defeating Michael Johnson a few months before March. In a post-fight interview, grabs the microphone, calls out Conor McGregor, curses out Conor McGregor, and there he set the tone. Now, folks, he was not trying to sell the fight. This is Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz's brother. These are the two crazy motherfuckers that at Elite XC, another fighting organization, on Channel 2, CBS Channel 2, they stomped out Jason Mayhem Miller, the host of MTV Bully Beatdown. They jumped him after the fight in the middle of the fucking ring. Folks, this is how the Diaz brothers get down. Like we just saw the whole press conference where Nate Diaz was walking in the crowd. Conor McGregor was throwing water bottles. Oh, Conor McGregor's just trying too hard to sell the fight. Will you please cut it out? You know, trying to curse, throwing shit or whatever. Then the camera goes to Diaz. Diaz is being a fucking Diaz. He ain't putting on a show. You know, he is the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin of the UFC. That's just how he is, people. That's how they are. So let's get back into it. Let's rewind, please. Dos Anjos gets pulled. Nate Diaz fills in. He has 10 days notice before fight night. So obviously Conor McGregor's in the best shape of his life, preparing for the monster in Dos Anjos, had a great healthy training camp. Diaz is given about 8 or 9 days to train. Doesn't complain. Does whatever fucking training he does. Obviously, he's at a disadvantage. The fight takes place, and we see that disadvantage in the first round. Oh my God, Conor McGregor fucking hit him with everything, even his neighbor's kitchen sink. Never mind just his fucking sink, even the neighbor's kitchen sink. You know, his shots were perfect, landing everything, opening up Diaz. Obviously, the only thing more impressive than that was Nate Diaz's chin. You know, he ate everything. He kept moving forward. Round 2 takes place. Round 2 started off just like round 1 started and finished. You know, Conor McGregor throwing his shots. Then all of a sudden, Nate Diaz just gets in his zone. You know, that's when they're at their best, when they're getting fucked up, when they're bloody, when they're in a scrap. So what does he do? And not only he catches Conor McGregor with a few shots of his own, he starts slapping him. The fucking Stockton slap. So many times we've seen it. So yes, he stuns Conor McGregor a few times. And that was it. Stunned him. Now Conor decides to stand and bang. But his composure wasn't there. His chin wasn't there. So what does he do? He shoots. He shoots for the takedown. Now you want to be a fucking wrestler, huh, Conor McGregor? You shoot for the takedown. Diaz lands on top. Gets full fucking mount. Goes to pound you out. And you give a fucking black belt, Cesar Gracie, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu your back? Oh, Nate Diaz just put that in. Nate Diaz, how quick he pulled it off. How beautiful it was. The way he slipped in the choke. You know, gave Conor one shot. Make him turn his head. And then Conor McGregor tapped. Conor McGregor quit. He said, "Uncle." Threw in the towel. Right? And we just finished watching the weigh-ins where you grab the microphone and you tell Nate Diaz, "You should have killed me when you had the chance. You should have killed me when you had the chance, you fucking actor." That's what you say? Kill or be killed is what the two of you been going back and forth with. No, you weren't ready to die, Conor McGregor. You fucking gave up. Never mind he should have killed you. You should have just fucking died. You should have went to sleep. Let the referee stop it. But no, you said uncle in the second round. This was a 5-round scheduled fight. And you didn't even make it out of the second round. You quit. Why is there a fucking rematch? Somebody make me understand. You know, you should never have stepped up to 170. You gave it a shot. All right, give you the props. Now all of a sudden you feel you need to beat this guy. No, what you needed to do is go back to the drawing board. What you needed to do was defend your title. Never mind a rematch. This ain't getting you nowhere. You know, you winning, if you win this fight, it's not going to take that loss out of the column. I mean, come on, Conor McGregor, man. You talk about taking the division over, taking the UFC over. You're all about the fucking money. You're a sellout, Conor McGregor. UFC. Yes, you just sold your company for $4 billion, but you too are also selling out your audience because you do know this is a bullshit fight that does not to be taking place. But obviously it's all about the fucking money, right? It's all about the money. My prediction for this fight, of course, was just like the first time they fought when I said on an early episode of Sports Vicious. Conor McGregor does not belong in the 170-pound welterweight division. Nate Diaz, who's a lightweight, whose winning percentage is only 66%, which means he wins 2 out of every 3 fights. That may not sound like a lot, people, but you need to check this man's catalog. You need to read the names of the fucking fighters that he has fought, because Nate Diaz has fought everybody. Conor McGregor, besides beating Jose Aldo, you really don't have nobody else on your fucking list, man. You know, so let's put it like this. For Nate Diaz to come with 10 days of training the first time around and choke you out in the second round, never mind all those 6-foot, lanky, southpaws, left-handed fighters you've been training with, Conor McGregor. They ain't going to be in there to help you, man. You're taking on the Diaz brother who had a full, healthy camp, who's in the greatest shape of his life. Just do us all a favor, Conor McGregor. Don't quit. If you're going to go out like a fucking man, you punk. Sports Vicious, Loose Cannon, UFC 202. Check it out tomorrow. Shot 97.